lost in like October 1st.
Yeah, and we're back.
Woo!
Did we miss all of
Hello,
October?
everybody.
Did we actually miss all of
Nothing
October?
happened in October.
Nothing
Nothing happened in October.
other than the greatest sport in history, the
Oh
greatest
God,
championship run to have ever happened in all of sports. The
that's not true.
Dodgers, the
That's not.
greatest team
That's not true.
ever.
That's not true.
Oh, we only missed the World Series. Nothing big.
And nothing big. We're not even in sports yet. We're
I know.
fine.
It's that big. This triumphs over sports.
It's that big. Yeah.
I'm
We're just
sure,
going sports first. Just going sports.
but you know what? But I'm sure everybody is wondering. Everybody must have been clamoring for our point of view of the Dodgers winning
Yes.
the World Series. We
Yes.
got
I'm
no
sure that
texts.
everybody. Yeah.
We got no best.
Yeah.
No,
I'm sure. I'm sure that everybody hasn't fully celebrated because they want to know what Albert thinks about the
well,
Dodgers.
to be fair, David, you are wearing Dodger blue right now.
I am wearing blue. I am wearing blue. Not. It wasn't. It's merely
Sure.
coincidence. I just picked up the first shirt that was there, and I'm like, all right, let's put this on.
You're a closeted Dodger fan.
That is a fucking false. That is a lie. That is blasphemy. That is more untrue than. Oh, I won't go there. But that's so untrue. This is my this is my Chuck Norris G-Force shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
I
Not much is said
wanted
about
to.
Chuck Norris. He's a man's man.
You know what? The funny thing is, like, we made him the man's man.
We do.
That fucking yeah. It's like the greatest thing ever. It's like, man, Chuck Norris doesn't give a fuck about anybody or he's just selling fucking gym equipment and water now.
To be fair, the two cornerstones of mankind, water and working out. So um, he's on brand.
I thought you were gonna say Chuck Norris and the Dodgers, but water and working out. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. Speaking of water, it is an all new drinks and words by David. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking water.
Really?
I'm I am drinking high quality H2O. No, so I have had some major dental work over the last several weeks.
Wow. Grown up.
So yeah, fuck up. $600. Um, I had to have a tooth extracted and then an implant put in, which and just this week I had a root canal and I have a temporary crown. So, and then next week I have to go for a deep cleaning, and then the following week I have to get the permanent crown. So, I've lost 16 pounds.
Really? Just on dental work
I
alone?
have lost just on dental, just on eating mush. I haven't drank any soda since the first surgery. I've limited my alcohol intake since then. Like right now, I'm not drinking any alcohol because I need shit to heal. So I've been eating mush. I am literally fucking 16 pounds lighter. Yeah, from the point of the day that I got the first surgery.
Jeez, jeez. And we'll talk real
Best
quick.
diet ever.
Yeah. And we'll talk about those temporary crowns. Is it still in? Has it fallen out yet?
No, I mean I just got it Wednesday. It's Friday,
It's not
so
fallen out?
no, I'm taking care of it. I'm being very careful with my mouth now that I've paid so much money to make sure that it's fucking back to normal. I'm just hoping I can like halfway eat Thanksgiving dinner.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I can't smoke a cigar to save my life for the next 4 months. I can't drink from a straw.
What?
Yeah, apparently that motion just like it will tear at the seams of my gums and stuff. It's weird.
Very strange. Very weird.
Yeah, yeah, I can't eat like anything hard or crunchy or sticky. So I don't like. I'm literally eating mashed potatoes and yogurt.
Mm.
I can start introducing like soft scrambled egg and like maybe some ground beef tomorrow. So yeah, dude, it's fucking. I've lost 16 pounds.
Yeah,
So
but you look great.
I look fabulous. I mean, my goal for my birthday, remember, was 30 pounds.
I,
Technically, from my birthday, I've lost 20 pounds.
there it is.
Yeah,
10 more
so
pounds to go.
10 more pounds to go. I didn't think I'd do it in less than 6 months, but sure.
Overachiever.
What happened to you?
That's
Yeah,
what you are.
what happened to you? That's how much I was drinking.
Well, I'm going to show you what I'm drinking right here, and I found it. Mango Cart NA beer.
Oh,
I found it
did
about
you get a little chubby when you found that?
I got Major Chub. Now here's
Man,
Major Chub. Um Here's the thing. I got it 6 weeks ago thinking that we were going to do a show in October. I've been looking at this for 6 weeks saying one day, Wendy Peppercorn, you will be mine. Oh yes, you will be.
like, you only bought one?
Only but one. I I didn't know I didn't know if I was gonna like it, but I'm like, I'm probably gonna like it, but I'm like, let's just be safe.
What did you say?
Oh my god. I'm a fool. I should have bought the entire.
You should have.
Oh, that's gone. That's gonna be gone in like 2 seconds. I should have went and I got another beer or something. That's
Well,
delicious.
now you know. You had a six. Remember where you got it?
Well, actually, I saw this. So there's this. I'll give them a plug. There's this really cool shop about 2 miles from me. Everything seems to be about 2 miles from me. Um, it's called the Vinyl Cafe, and it's Vinyl Asteroid Cafe, and it's a vinyl shop with a cafe inside of it. And every now and then they have like these night parties that I can't go to because they're always on Friday, and I tend to work on Friday nights, so I'm always missing them. And they sell NA beers. They sell coffees and NA beers. So that's where I first saw it. So I went a couple weeks ago just to go check out the place. Great place, horrible parking. Do you if
That's
there's
all of LA.
Yeah, if there's one thing that I would change is just the parking there. It's a great place. I went and I saw some vinyls, bought some coffee from there, and yeah, yeah. But they carry these, and so I bought one there, and now I got to go find out where they actually sell all these all the 6 pack or whatever. You're not into you. I mean, you're into music, but not like vinyl music or anything like that. You're just
I don't distinguish between like vinyl and I just if it's something that I enjoy, I've not listened to anything new, but so I think vinyl would be. I just don't have a record player. I don't go through the rigmarole of going like the collection because I go that's just going to become an expensive fucking hobby, and I don't need it in my life.
right, right. Well, when you're a single guy with no girlfriend, no kids, no
Responsibilities outside of mortgage.
you tend to find expensive hobbies. So
I mean, you get to do things other people don't. Like you got to watch Gladiator 2 yesterday, right?
I did. Unfortunately, there's an embargo on that review until next week, which I just saw my schedule and I have next week open, so we could talk
Can
about that.
you still recommend or not recommend the movie, or is that part of the embargo?
I can't
Like,
give.
did you like it, or can you say I enjoyed it or not?
Isn't that wouldn't that be an official review?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, you're not detailing anything.
I'm not.
Blink once if you're safe. Blink twice if you're not.
No, no.
All right. We'll wait. We'll
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
I don't have any work. I don't have any work coming up for a little bit. I'm free to podcast again,
Where I can give you an
and I'll
official
just,
review. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, yeah. No, man. I mean, I October was busy for me. I went to Austin to work that music festival. Came back, got my fucking tooth extract, and implant, and then I went to Del Mar to work the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, how was first you know me, the concert enthusiast, anybody big on that bill? I was trying to see what the bill was, and I don't know. I don't think I don't think that concert was usually Austin City
So
Limits is huge.
yeah, I know Tyler the Creator was there. Chaperone or whatever that person's name. I don't know. Sounds like chaperone, but she's a female. She's really big apparently. Teddy Swims was there. I didn't get a chance to see him. I did want to go catch his show. So we do get the ability to go inside, but we just like I'm so far away and it's just like too much of a hassle. But that was one that was like I want to hear him sing live because I really like his voice. Was Blink 182 there? I think Blink might have been
Yeah, I
there.
think Blink was there.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm so far. I'm like 2 miles away from the venue, and then I go to the venue, and like I don't have time to like. Woo! I'm
Yeah,
just there.
yeah, I totally get it. But how was that experience? How was Austin these days?
I enjoy Austin. I really do. I didn't get to enjoy it as much because of the tooth issues. I didn't get to eat as much as I would have preferred to. Uh, but I always enjoy Austin. I always like looking up new restaurants. Did a little the group. We did a little river tour, like river uh tour. Rented some boats, and then it was good, fun. And then the usual. I got to see my brother in San Antonio, my sister-in-law. So got to eat some homemade meal. Uh, I just like hanging out with my family, and then no, I that's like one of my favorite gigs to work. Is ACL.
Very cool. And then
Yeah.
Breeders' Cup out in
You
Del
just
Mar, where the surf meets the turf, as they say. I've been to Del Mar. I actually think it's a little bit better than Santa Anita. Can I say those words? I don't
You
know if I'll get in
may.
trouble for that.
I think so too. I didn't get to go inside towards the racetrack, but I was like very close. Um, I liked it. It was a nice experience. I was unaware that the Breeders' Cup is actually like a bigger deal than the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So the Kentucky Derby is basically like the face of horse racing. It's like the I don't know how do you say it. Like it's just like the bougie horse race, but the Breeders' Cup is apparently like the fucking Olympics of horse racing.
yes.
Uh,
It means more to go to the Breeders' Cup than it is to the Kentucky Derby. Where the Derby is more seen to be seen. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Whereas, the Breeders' Cup is really the industry. That's the
yeah.
actual industry that's actually there.
That's like the international like because I guess the Kentucky Derby is one race and it's 3 year mares and where the Breeders' Cup is like how they explained it to me, the Olympics is like you have different distances, different ages, different like you have mares and fillies. So it's like a variety of horse racing. It's very international. A lot of I met a couple people from England, really nice couple. They had sold their horse before the race, so they're like, "We're getting no skin in the game." It's like, "Who are you?" Sure, you made a fucking couple 100,000 off that. So yeah, I mean, it was it was cool. I got a lot more sun than I usually get. Uh, California weather is really cold in the morning and then it gets hot in the afternoon. So like you layer up for the morning. Like I'm there at 5 and it's fucking like 50 degrees right by the ocean, so it's even colder. And then by 9 a.m. I got to take all these layers off and stuff. And like, so no, it was good. I always enjoy working with my company. So get to travel and do all that. But even then, I was limited to my diet because I had just had the surgery. So boo.
California is the perfect place for shorts and sweatshirt. Like, people find that to be a bit unbalanced, but I'm like, here in California, that's just life. That's California in
Yeah,
a nutshell.
yeah. That's how I always went to school. Whenever in high school, all I wore was shorts and a sweatshirt, and then I just tied sweatshirt around my waist. I was that kid, you know.
Yeah. Um, I guess it's time to talk about the elephant in the room and the donkey in the room. Um, you know, uh, I think the
Oh, we're
last
going
time,
there, are we?
yeah,
Okay,
I'm like,
okay.
so the last time we talked, I want to say we didn't talk since there was a few attempts on the former president Trump's life, and now he's president uh in a few
Well, he
weeks
will be president. Yes,
in a
yes.
few weeks. And it's I will say this. um it it was weird, not that he won, but all the people that started coming out as Trump supporters. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it was just so odd that during the entire campaign, I saw none of them saying anything, or supporting. And then all of a sudden he wins. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, it was like, did you ever watch Battlestar Galactica? And
I did.
then like the new one, and then they start revealing that they're Cylons, and you're like, what? I had no idea. You know what I mean? It kind of felt like that. Like, well, that's a surprise. You know what I mean? That came out of left field. You showed no inclination that you went this way. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Believe what you want to believe, or whatever. My just whole thing is like, man, I was just a bit sour. Because I'm like, here you are gloating that you won when you were never showing support. So had you lost, you would have never, you
You just stay
know.
quiet, not let anybody hear you, and like you just yeah.
Yeah, that's my
Um,
only thought.
there was one particular person who came out like that. I mean, I saw other people when they were making their statements, and what the funny thing is like we're supposed to separate, church and state. That was like the big thing, right? You always have to separate, but the church is all over the state, and that's what everybody based their beliefs on. And for me, I was laughing because he claims to be this most Christian religious man, but he does everything that's not Christian or religious, you know, adultery, crimes. He's a criminal. He's a felon. He doesn't go to church. He's selling leather bound fucking Bibles
Bibles.
for 60 bucks.
I know.
And I'm like, dude. And then somebody who I didn't expect, and again, to each their own. said, "Oh, I'm glad," and they're like, somebody questioned him, like, "Dude, are you telling me you're a Trump supporter?" He's like, "I don't. I'm religious, and I don't like abortion or trans kids." And I'm just like, you missed everything else. Like when you base your idealisms on certain things, and you're forgetting all everything else. Because I just get personally, again, my own belief system. I don't get how Latinos turn their back on Latinos. That's our problem. Is you have now basically, if he holds true to what he said, you have now eliminated. I don't know how many Latinos are going to be deported. And I'm not saying there's not, you know, there's not immigrants from other countries. Plenty, Asia, all over. But let's face it, the ones that they're going after are going to be the the ones from south of America, so North
Well,
America.
you know what, David? But you're not looking at the flip side to this coin. What happens if you're tired of of somebody living with you that you don't want them to live? You could now just deport them. Like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying is sometimes your own wants and needs shouldn't be the sole the sole reason that things happen.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I'm not. So we're not gonna have any fruits. We're not gonna have any avocados anymore. You know what I mean? We're not just like, we ain't no strawberries in this motherfucker. Uh, um, again, to each their own. I just think there were a lot of other factors that, you know, I guess your belief of non-abortion means that you have the right to tell women what they can or cannot do. Not me. Woman has her right to fucking choose because I want to have my right to choose.
I believe you're being supported by big soft food. You know what I mean? Because all the soft
Yeah,
food is gone. The strawberries, the avocados.
yeah, yeah. All that stuff that I can mash up and make is like,
Yes.
fuck. I don't know what the fuck to eat anymore.
Oh yeah. I
But
always
remember
say
this. Remember this. Anybody who loves street tacos, you ain't gonna be able to find any more street tacos. Street tacos are gone. Street tacos are off
yes,
the fucking menu.
exactly. Now they're gonna be not street tacos, they're gonna be private tacos. They're gonna be off the streets into the private homes.
Yeah,
Those
it's
tacos.
so it's gonna be like fucking like prohibition with with Mexican food. They have speakeasy taco places.
That's cool.
Oh,
Paying $5 for a taco now. It's already
we're gonna pay more
$3
than
here.
that. Yeah, it'd be more than that. It's like fucking $10 a fucking street taco.
Exactly. All the lawns are gonna be unkept.
Uncapped.
houses, houses and children will be uncleaned.
All the nannies are gone.
Exactly. Exactly. I always say be careful for what you ask for because you just might get it. And so I think people are gonna need
I
this
really believe
pod
this
for
is
the
gonna be
next 4 years.
I really
They're
think
gonna
this is
need
gonna
us.
be that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. People I'm already investing money into Home Depot and Lowe's because their plywood is going to be going off the shelves for all the riots. So I'm investing my money in that. So where you see trouble, I see big money.
I see the I mean they want to get rid of the education system. They want to defund public schools. Like we went to public schools.
So did
Everybody
the
that doesn't think
supporters.
you went to public school. You're not gonna be able to afford to send your kids to school. Cool. All right.
Yep. Yep.
My kids are grown. My kids are grown. I'm good.
But their kids, David, their kids.
They're kids. Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting time for sure. We made it through the first four with him, and we made it out not alive because we went through COVID after. Um, so what could possibly even be worse than what we went through? You
Oh
know,
no. Oh no 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 no. That's what I think people fail to realize. Is like it can't be worse. They okay. I'm gonna stop because this is gonna go down a rabbit hole of shit. So um to each their own. We shall see how it all comes about. It is a situation where um it's gonna be it's not gonna be like I want to say I told you so or vice versa, but it's like, did you see what happened? Like, did you see what happened with these texts recently?
no,
A number of African Americans, oh, actually Americans, Black Americans, uh, got text, got random text saying, "Hey, uh, you've been selected to go pick cotton. Be ready by like 8 a.m. tomorrow for the van to pick you up." The racism is gonna be emboldened. They're gonna come out hard with the racism. It's gonna be kind of scary to walk around and not know who's gonna fucking, what they think
yeah,
about you.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
there has been text messages sent out telling black people like, "Hey, get ready to go fucking be a slave again."
Jeez, I mean, we need to find out who did that. We need to find out who did that, and
Why? They'll
you
get
know.
pardoned.
Well, David, any criminal now could be a president, so there's a silver lining to that. Whenever
Nobody should
you,
be looking for background checks. Like anybody should get a good job.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, why? Why? I could be president. Like, this is
Yeah.
bullshit. You know, you you, you could be a cop. You could be whatever you want now because you're like, well,
Yeah.
that shouldn't mean anything. So, you know, uh, there's a positive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say,
Yeah.
sports.
Sports. You've been waiting for this.
What
We touched
really
upon it earlier.
matters?
What really matters. The stuff that's
Exactly.
gonna get us through everything.
Exactly. And I
So do
believe
we
these
start
next
with? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
of
Go ahead.
course. Of course we start with. Of course we start with
Of course.
the
Of course.
greatest the greatest baseball team in America. That's right. The Los Angeles Dodgers. Your 2024, 2025, 2026, and 2027, and dare I say 2028 champions. We're going on the greatest run in the world.
Oh God.
Back to back to back, back to back to back to back.
We spoke about delusional people. We're going back into delusional.
They say sports.
Look,
They say sports is rigged. I say as long as it's rigged in favor of the Dodgers, I'm okay with it.
yeah, you win, it's okay. Look at the Michigan Wolverines last year. Look at them this year.
Exactly.
Um, let's like you have to give credit where credit's due. Did they deserve to win? Did they play like they won? Yes, they did it all. No offense or buts, you know. But sports is hard to maintain that fucking you know back to back to back to back. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, look, after they won, they fucking flared out for the last 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And they still had basically the same team.
Essentially, there was a lot of transactions. Like already, they're already gonna start, separating the kids. You know what I mean? And acquiring new kids, and
Yeah,
that team was just that team at that moment, and it was, I've talked about this to some people. The other teams before did had record breaking seasons, had all these crazy things going for them, and they lost. Whereas this team was just kind of a motley crew. Everybody just kind of put together, and it worked.
Yeah,
And that's what makes this team more memorable. Is they inched to like 85 wins, 86 wins, or whatever, before getting into the playoffs. The playoffs, they almost lost, that first round against the Padres,
yeah.
and it certainly they earned every moment of it. And dare I say, even in the World Series, it could have gone either way at in any game. Any game could have
Yeah.
gone to the Yankees. So it was a tight race,
Ultimately, should have
regardless.
won that last game. They were up 5 runs. Yeah, the Yankees should have won that last game that they lost to for the Dodgers to win it all. Like
Yeah,
really, it should have came back to LA at that point. Like that
at that
game was
point,
like, how did you fuck
yeah,
this up?
that was the only time where I'm like, is it rigged? Where I did question, like, could this actually be rigged? How could you do that?
Yeah. The all powerful Yankees and you blow it like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, again, more power to it. Me, I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I always give respect where it's needed. It's required and necessary, and I respect what they did. They came out and they won the game. David Fry, right?
who are you talking
Freddie,
about?
Freddie
Freddie
Freeman.
Freeman?
Freddie Freeman. David Fry was on the Indians. Sorry, it was like something with the
Uh, the
food,
Guardians?
the guard. Yeah, Guardians. Freddie Freeman. Look, I mean, he saved the Dodgers. It wasn't who you expected. It was like, he deserved MVP. That Grand Slam pretty much changed the entire fucking outcome of that World Series. It really did.
It was our Kirk Gibson moment.
It was. It
It
was. It was a Kirk.
And from what I hear, he hit the ball in like the same location that Kirk Gibson did, and from what I hear, at the same exact time. Did you know
Bottom of the
that?
ninth, 2 outs, like 2 strikes. Yeah,
But at 8:37, Kirk Gibson hit that home run, and at 8:37, Freddie Freeman hit that home run.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's
Yes,
yeah,
that's weird, right?
very weird.
And it was so weird throughout this entire stretch in the World Series. I was talking with this one guy, and this is what made me believe that as humans we rationalize so much to mean meaning, because he was using all these numbers. He's like, look at this number and look at this number. You subtract this number and then you multiply this number times this, and it's this number, which means this. And I'm just like, this guy is finding any equation possible to get to this number, and it's working. But I'm just like, man, we are really drinking the juice on this. We are sipping the Kool-Aid, you know.
Yeah,
And then I got into it. I'm like, well, if you look at this number and then this number, it's just like. But I called it at the beginning, and I said Dodgers in 5 because and everyone was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, just like the repeat of 1981 and the Fernando era, and rest in peace, Fernando. I was just like, it's gonna happen, and it sure as hell happened in 5 games. And we had the celebration on Fernando's birthday. So that was just the little bow to tie this entire season up, especially with Fernando and that loss
yeah,
from man, that was sad. I was like, oh man, we all know that we all gotta go, but it's still a
yeah,
surprise when it happens.
yeah. Not always. Not always. Some people are like, dude, you should go now. Like you, it's a little here, a little long in the tooth here. Um, yeah, no, I mean, rest in peace, Fernando. I remember watching him play. Um, yeah, I mean, if sometimes the stars align, and apparently the stars aligned. Did you go to the parade?
No, I had to work. I'm trying to be as responsible as possible. And I just did the math, and there's no way I could have gone to the parade. and been at work at the same time.
Yeah.
I work in San Pedro. The parade's in downtown LA. You know, I could basically get there before the parade and then leave, and then I could have made it. You know what I mean? I could have made it to work, but I have to be at work at like 3:30 because I got to set up everything and stuff. So you know that I just didn't want to chance it, and
You shouldn't.
yeah, yeah.
You did the right thing. You did the right thing.
And you know what? It was way better watching it on TV because I can use the restroom, I could make dinner or lunch or breakfast, I can have coffee, you know, all in the comfort from my own home, and being
Yeah.
able to see the interviews and everything was just a lot better because you know when you're at a parade, you're only seeing one spot. You're not seeing it all. You're not being able to hear what the players have to say. And yeah, so you know, from the comfort of my own home, it was just a lot cooler to watch and safer, quite frankly. Did you watch the parade on TV?
No, I was at work.
Oh, it was fantastic. You know, they
One, it's not my team.
I,
It's so I'm
but
not
it's an
gonna like
LA moment. It's a cultural thing. It's a city thing, you know. Um, and
my.
it's a moment to be proud of our city because we just paid a bunch of millionaires not from our city to win us a championship. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah,
Yeah. It's I don't put towards their I don't put any money towards their salary. You do.
yes, I
I
do.
don't put any money towards their salary.
But it
So
was
I say you have little vested in that. I don't have that any
yeah.
anything invested.
But you know, one of the players was saying, "I knew we won when Ice Cube came out and sang." He's like, and then I knew we won when Fat Joe came out and sang. Did you see when Fat Joe came out and sang in New York?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, I mean,
I heard it, but
it was sheer comedy. It was sheer comedy. First of all, Fat Joe not fat anymore. You know what I mean? So and I get it. It's a
is he just
nickname.
Joe?
It
Is he?
should be just Jay.
Yeah.
He lost so much weight. He could be a letter now. But it was fun. All the little digs. You know what I mean? This was the most watched you know World Series in quite some time. And I want to say it was because of the Dodgers and Yankees. You know, those two teams are
Yeah.
extremely popular.
They're iconic. They're
Yeah,
iconic.
yeah. So for that to happen, you know, it was a good moment for baseball.
It was. I
Yeah, I
would
think
have preferred the Guardians. I would
right,
have preferred the Guardians.
the Dodgers to win the Guardians. Sure, I would have taken that any day too.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have.
So we just talked about 12 minutes on the Dodgers. We can
Oh, is that enough time for you?
no,
Is
but you know
December enough
we gotta have equal time for everybody else. You know, I
for
know I'll
other
come back to the
sports that
Dodgers.
are?
Yeah,
Um,
like the
no,
Chargers and the Browns. This
oh
was our Super Bowl. This is the Albert and David Super Bowl that happens once in a great while. And
yes, and again, you guys beat the shit out of the Browns. I'm
I
not gonna
mean,
say I can't speak anything.
it was kind of close.
It would
Um,
no. It was what it's what you expect from Jameis Winston. Like the week before, he has this game where everybody's like, "Oh man, look, he can turn it around," and then the next week he throws 3 picks, and it's
yeah,
like that's who he is. That's who.
surprise.
Yeah, I'm back. Oh, you know, I mean, you're not recovering from 3 interceptions. It was never a thing. Yeah, I mean, football season is it's what we're midway through. The Chiefs are undefeated. The Chiefs are still fucking the best team in football. Um, you know, there's a lot of I don't know. It's a very interesting season. I think there's been like you get like the Saints who started off 2-0 and scoring 45 points a game, and now they've lost like seven straight, and they just fired the coach.
Yeah,
You you're going like, oh man, these guys are gonna fucking make it. Like, fuck.
Right.
It's fuck. The Browns had high hopes, and that ended very quickly. Um,
Well, at least you
I don't know.
got rid of Deshaun Watson. You know,
Yeah, he's. I mean, I don't want to get rid of him that way. I mean, tore his Achilles. That's fucked up. That's not how you want to get rid of somebody. But yeah, it's the experiment's over.
yeah.
They have to move on. They have to move on. There is no more like, hey, let's give them another shot. No, this is it. Um, they'll draft a quarterback in the first round, and then we'll rebuild again while they build a new stadium, which isn't in Cleveland. But see, I think people are funny. Like, I mean, I get it. It's I feel like there should be a stadium in Cleveland. Um, but a lot of stadiums aren't in the actual city. Like Dallas, the Cowboys don't play in Dallas. You know,
The 49ers
other fucking
don't play in San
San
Francisco.
Francisco. Yeah, they play in Santa Clara. So there's a number of teams that don't fucking play like where they're supposed to play. You know, but it's gonna be. It looks like a very nice stadium.
But here's now this has always been my biggest gripe about stadiums. Okay, and this should be a rule. You only get a new stadium if you win a championship. That's it. If you're not winning championships, it's almost like the way of relegation in soccer. It's like you can only get a stadium if you win a championship. If you don't win a championship, you don't get it. You sorry, you don't. You have to stay in that stadium until you can win the championship. What do you think?
No, I mean there'd be some people like, dude, like we never would have got Jacobs Field. They would have stayed at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. Fuck that. The mistake by the lake. No, you have to. I know. I mean, sometimes a fresh coat of paint helps. So you make teams better because people are like, you're like, oh, I want to go see the stadium.
Yeah. Do you,
There's iconic teams like
like Lambeau
like
Field.
there's gonna
Lambeau
be a
Field's
point.
iconic.
Yeah, Lambeau feels like a Soldier feels like is iconic. Wrigley feels iconic. But like you look at it, like even Dodger Stadium's kind of
Oh yeah.
old. It's
It's
old.
I believe the third oldest stadium.
Yeah. There's gonna have to be some like major renovations, not just building stands in the outfield. It's like, dude, this- something's gonna happen to the stadium.
Well,
You
if
know,
you've been to Dodger Stadium recently, they have done crazy renovations. And these
they'll have
renovations
it.
started in 2019, I want to say, because they were supposed to hold this thing called the All-Star game in this year called 2020. And that didn't happen.
I wonder.
I wonder why, right? But because of that, they were just doing this crazy renovation, and Disneyland now looks like a theme park, you know? And I say that in in a fun way, because the theme park is the Dodgers. And so they have like now you can go take a photo and they have all the championship rings like all over the stadium, but they're the big rings where like you could fit your entire body on one or your family in one and take a photo with it. And then they have big Dodger bobbleheads, like more than life size, just gigantic ones all over the stadium. And they really made it fun. They really made it fun. Whereas, I wasn't about that because I'm like, guys, you're taking away from the game. How dare you? Like when I took my goddaughter, one of my fondest memories is I took my goddaughter to the game, but then they started putting little play fields for the kids. And I'm like, you idiots. Now these kids are gonna want to play and I can't go watch the game. So it was cool to watch her play, but I'm like, hey, it's like the fifth inning. Do you know how much I pay for these tickets? We gotta
Well,
go.
here's the thing: is like all those massive rings and bobbleheads just mean that your hot dog just went up to $20 a fucking hot dog.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm already waiting 20 minutes in line for this stupid hot dog. So it's, you know, someone asked me, "Oh, you didn't go to a game this year?" I was like, "Hell no, I didn't go to a game." I'm like, "Do you know the Otani tax that has been added to everything?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I can't afford." They priced me out. They really priced me out. It's tough.
Yeah,
If I do go to
it's
one,
that's cool.
yeah, if I go to one game, it's already just out the door $100. That's for one ticket and parking. It's already $100. That doesn't include if I take somebody. That doesn't include food. You know, forget beer. I'm over beer. No, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna. I used to be stupid. I used to pay $25 for a fucking beer and think this is cool. Nope,
No,
nope. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. Nope. I finally
nope.
saw the light. I'll pay for a soda. You know what I mean? I'll be like, well, so, soda's only like $6. I'm like, yeah, I could swing that. $6 for a soda is manageable. I could
Yeah,
do that. So, yeah. Plus, not even. I mean, if I get there, I'm gonna want to buy a shirt or something, and that's ridiculous. So, literally, if I just went by myself, I'm out at least conservatively $200. 200.
yeah.
I have a mortgage. You
When
know.
you could have ordered a pizza and a six pack for like $25 and the comfort of your own home and still have some shit left over.
Exactly, and use the restroom when I want it. Take a shit there if I want.
Yeah, yeah.
Not have to worry about
I don't have
parking.
to. I don't have to. Do they still have the troughs?
No, no, they got rid of the troughs. Unfortunately,
Uh, uh.
that was the
Well,
last
now
great
it's
equalizer.
good thing you didn't have to fucking stand right next to somebody and like, hey,
Yeah,
how's it going? Oh man, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like sports. Shit got expensive. You know, it's like you. It's hard to go fucking watch a game without with if you're on a budget. Like, ooh no.
yeah. I
Like,
mean,
oh
I'm very lucky that I live next to SoFi and the Forum, because I don't have to pay for parking. I could walk there, take my
yeah,
bike. Somebody was going to sell me a scooter, but I had to do some research. I'm like, no. I'm like, as much as I would like a scooter to scoot my ass down there, or by scooter I mean like a Vespa. You know what I mean? One of those.
yeah.
I'm like, no, I got to pay for parking for that. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'll just bike there and not pay for parking. So one of the weirdest things that is happening here in Inglewood, and I shouldn't say weird, but this should give you kind of a insight as to building a stadium in your city. A lot of the businesses around are really struggling to make ends meet because they figure, okay, we're going to get all this business from everybody coming to the stadium. But the traffic is so bad that all the regulars are kind of being choked out because they're like, well, I'm not going to go during a game because I can't get there. The traffic's really bad. So a lot of businesses right now are struggling, and they thought that people would once the game's over that they were going to come out and support the businesses around. But that's not happening because they're like, dude, the traffic and just to get home, for everybody is a hassle. So as
Yeah. Plus, I spent all my money in the stadium.
yeah, exactly. So well, it's cool to have these nice toys of stadiums. It's not good for the local economy. It's not good for the local business. They right now are in the process of in 2 years they're gonna have a hotel right next to the stadium.
What?
And
I don't know about that.
yeah, yeah, they just did the groundbreaking. I want to say on Monday. I follow this thing called Ion Inglewood on Instagram, and it just informs me of everything that's going on around Inglewood. This is why I know so much of like what's going on. Um, and yeah, so in 2 years they're gonna have that, and that's gonna have three, like I think it said like three restaurants and three bars and stuff like that. So they're already gonna start killing the local economy more because if you live there or you're staying there, you could just kind of stay around in that area and not really venture out to the local economy. And as great business sense that is for that hotel, because that's, I got to admit, that's pretty smart. Um, it's going to be bad for the local economy here in Inglewood.
Sucks, man. Because a lot of those businesses they held on because they go, okay, we're going to survive this, and yeah, I mean, not to mention probably rent's gotten more expensive because the property values have gone up. So the owners of the land are like, oh, I can make more money off this land. If you don't pay me, I'll build something else here.
Forget
So
building, turn it into a parking lot. People always need parking now, you know, and that's
yeah,
way cheaper. That's way cheaper. You're just spending money for a fence and to have like four or five guys man it throughout the week.
yeah, yeah.
Especially with Intuit being put there as well. I keep on forgetting about that new stadium, and there's the parking is just not fun, not fun.
You know what? There's a structure across from Intuit, right?
Yeah,
Is that structure not helping?
I mean it helps, but it's you're still putting what, like 15,000 or something like that. It's like the structure can only hold so much. You know,
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
yeah. And then I think me and David have mentioned this before, but they just opened up the Cosm, which is even crazier, which is this essentially it's a
The
restaurant.
sphere.
Well, the Cosm, which is what you showed me, and then I started finding out more about, which is just like you could watch a game there, and the prices are like $125 for a seat, but the seats are like at a stadium,
Yeah.
and you're watching it on the big screen, but like you're like at the 50-yard line, or at essentially the camera view is essentially like the best view in the house, and it feels like you're there. But like tickets are like $125 per person, not counting.
Oh, they've gone up. I remember when they first started, they were like $35. It seemed reasonable as to like getting a seat.
Right,
I guess
right. Well, you could just go there, or you could get a seat, from my understanding. So the seats are like $125, but if you just go there and like the general admission that doesn't include a seat, I believe it's like $35. But I mean, they have all the cool games though. I just saw that they're doing a soccer game there. They're doing a Sunday night football game there. Um, but that's for all the rich people. I will not be going there unless they're doing something for free. Which, by the way, Veterans Day, perfect opportunity to let veterans in for free. I wouldn't mind that, for sure.
yeah.
Veterans Day is a odd holiday for veterans because, like, we're very proud people, and like, like asking for free shit, is kind of like, I don't know. We just feel odd about it. But there's one thing that, like, I was like, wait a minute, this can't be real, and I just found out that I get a free In and Out if I can prove that I'm a veteran. And that was like the only thing where I'm like, wait a second, that might lure me out for a
Well,
free deal.
last year I remember we were doing a convention and we got there Veterans Day and we went to California Pizza Kitchen and the veterans we were with they got a free meal at California Pizza Kitchen.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm not a big CPK fan. I really don't dig their pizzas. It's not a knock on them. Thank you for offering that fantastic deal. Um,
Yeah.
it just, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Everybody, I see CPKs everywhere, and people love them. People love them, but I don't know. I don't know.
I get it. I get it. But
Any more sports,
other
by the way?
sports. other sports. Uh, the Cavaliers are undefeated going into the season. They have the best record in the NBA. Check them out. Brand new coach. First time a brand new coach starts the season as 9-0. It's their franchise record. Pretty happy and excited for that. I don't know what that's going to say at the end of the season, but it's always nice to start hot.
Yeah.
You know, get the early wins out of the way, and that way you can ride that wave all the way to the playoffs. Get a bye or so.
Have they started the in tournament?
Not yet. It's coming though. It is coming. I've seen commercials for it. So
That's always exciting. But I feel that there should be two tournaments. Like that the tournament that's happening now, and then a tournament a little later on, right before the season really kicks off.
hmm.
Hello, David.
You hear,
Oh
hear me?
yeah, no, I thought you froze. I'm like David.
No, no. I was like, why so? Why do you believe that there should be a second tournament?
Because these tournaments are exciting. The first one's exciting, and then I'm just like, man, that was cool. Like it makes you want to watch the beginning of the season because, like basketball and baseball, the season really doesn't kick up until like the last month, you know, and you're just kind of
Yeah, but
watch.
there's like 11 months of baseball. That's fucking too much.
It's me, it's not enough, but
No, don't go there.
you know it's the grandiose, it's everything. Um, Granted, like April is everybody's just trying to figure it out, and but I enjoy it. It takes up so much of my time. And it's so weird when baseball's over and I'm trying to figure out what to watch. And not only that, but I got to catch up on things that I need to catch up on as far as TV. So during this time is when I'm like, oh, now I could finally watch TV again up until April, and then once April comes, then it's back on program. Let's start watching every Dodger game because every Dodger game is drama, sheer drama. You can't get that anywhere. Can't get that anywhere else.
I, remember, we passed baseball. We're on
Right,
to other
right.
sports.
But I always said we'll be dipping in and out. But yes,
All right. Well, that's really it right now. Uh, football is still kind of mid-season, so we'll have more conversations in a month. College football, there's basically a month left of college football until we know what's going to happen with the playoffs and everything.
yeah.
Um,
And this is the first
Whoever makes it to the championships, I will see them because I'll be there.
and this is the first time that they're doing like the 8-man championship, right? The 8
12 team,
12
12,
team. They've expanded it.
12.
So this should be
Yes,
good.
it should be way more interesting. I'll tell you that much. A lot more revenue for college football, um, and TV because everybody's watching it. But yeah, should be interesting. I'm a big fan of college football, so we'll see how that goes. I was actually thinking of trying to go watch. I'm assuming they're gonna play the game State versus the team up north at that sphere like fucking stadium. I'm like, but if $125, I'm not paying that to go see a fucking game there.
Yeah, yeah. But that's for a seat. That's to get the seat. Remember
Yeah,
or
and that's not including drinking and
yeah.
eating and stuff. Because yeah, no, that's just bleh. I'm gonna spend $125 in a day, not fucking just for the ability to sit there.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost me $125 to get there because I'll be drinking, so I'm taking a fucking lift from Riverside all the way there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you could stay here with
Okay.
me for a day, you know what I mean, afterwards, you know? And that way it's
Yeah.
kind of not that bad. Kind of worth it. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Talk about it more. But all right. I think sports is done.
Nothing happening in the football. The football.
The football is my team's lost two in a row, two very important games, and but there's a lot of Champions League left. we'll see how that goes. It's still early in the football season. Uh, it's going to be interesting. You know, injuries can really hurt a team, especially when like it's your goalie and he's like the best goalie in the world. But yeah, I mean, we haven't got to the heart of Champions League yet. That's like the real playoffs. You know, everything else is league.
Yeah.
But um,
Right.
no, I mean,
Yeah. Right now, LAFC is in the playoffs. They have their third game tonight. They face Vancouver, and they're tied one game apiece. So
this is it, right? This is like it's the best of three.
yeah, it's the best of three. So we'll see tonight what ends up happening. It's on at 7:30, I want to say. So if you have the Apple Plus, make sure to watch it. Or if you have some
Sports.
other sort of streaming thing, make sure to watch it. So yeah, so that's I think that concludes our sports segment.
Sports.
Very hefty sports, very good.
Uh, so you being the critic, so to speak, is there anything out recently that you recommend
The
that you've
Penguin,
seen?
the Penguin for sure.
Really?
Do you have
But
that?
do you have to watch? Do you have to watch the Batman because he started in the Penguin? He started in the Batman. You have to watch Gotham.
It, no, no, because as long as you know that this is his story, you know, the first episode they do a little recap uh of what happened in Batman, which is a lot better than the movie. Like the movie could have just been that.
Well, it wasn't the movie. He wasn't from the movie. He was from the series, right? He's from Gotham.
No, no, he was from the movie.
Was he? I
Yes,
remember him as
he was the
Penguin.
Penguin in the Robert Pattinson the Batman.
I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, yeah, Colin Farrell, great actor. And then it's just kind of his story about after that because he was just kind of an underling, um, a foot soldier, if you will, um, in that movie, and this is kind of his rise to become the actual Penguin, and gives you some backstory into why they call him the Penguin and some stuff like that. So it's actually good, and I tell people I'm like I don't know if it's just because it's on HBO, but I feel like this is actually Tony Soprano's story of how Tony Soprano became Tony Soprano, and it's you know that is one of the things that I feel is always missing, and that was one of the things that I feel about American television is how we have these, you know, gangster TV shows that do a really good job of us rooting for the bad guy.
Mm.
And there seems to be one every now and then. And when there's not one, there's such a hole in television. First it was Tony Soprano, and then it was Breaking Bad, and then it was Sons of Anarchy, and then there was just kind of like a little void that happened. And this fulfills that void of really great writing and you rooting for the bad guy. One of the things I always felt that a lot of TV shows started moving towards was the gray area. Where in TV it was always black and white. This is the good guy, this is the bad guy. But then TV started really just, carving that niche of the gray area guy where you're like, is he bad? Is he good? And I think that's where you started really losing people, and
Do you
this
believe that? Okay. Do you believe that people become fans of these shows because a part of them want to be the bad person? Like this is
yeah,
an outlet. Like
yeah.
I can't commit crimes, but it'd be kind of cool, and like I wish I was like this person committing crimes.
Yes. That and great example is GTA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You know what I mean? San Andreas Fault. You know what I mean? People want to do bad, you know what I mean? But they can't because they're morally obligated to be good. you know, and so the only way they could do bad crimes is video games, because there it's just a video game. They're not really doing anything bad, in the human world, but in the video world, they're terrorizers and they love it for that. That's just like, and again, GTA, when they're like, oh, I got 5 stars. That means the military's after me. And you know what I mean? They're just shooting everybody and just committing these absolutely horrible, heinous crimes. And you're just like, why would you do that? They're like, because I want to get the military after me. I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, very, very. It's a very good take on TV and what it's become. That's actually really good. I that's a very good criticism on what has become TV now. Good job, sir. Big fan of that critique.
Thank
Big
you.
fan.
Could that perhaps make it on the on the clip on the Instagram clip?
Yes, I actually believe so. I think that'd be dope. I think it's a good flip because I think it's a very good. It makes people think like, is that why I like this show? Is that why I'm rooting for them? Because I want to be the mafioso. I want to be in a biker gang or whatever it is that do I want to make meth and sell it?
It was always for good, and then it turns bad. You know what I mean? He was trying to break the bad. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
no,
if
I
you
get it.
yeah, so if you haven't watched it, again, highly recommend the Penguin. Um, for that, I'm also watching What We Do in the Shadows, which is it's like a documentary style show about vampires, and it's
It's the final
really
season,
good.
right?
It's on the final season, but I just started watching it. It was my for Halloween for October. I'm like, I need to watch something spooky. You know what I mean? And so that's what I chose. You know what I mean? And I'm barely on season 3, but absolutely great. And I always heard really great things about it, but I just never had time, and so I finally got around to that show. I know I'm super late on that train, but I'm enjoying the ride so far. I just started watching Voltron, which is on the Netflix. They did like 8
Netflix.
seasons, and that's
Was it
cool.
that many?
Yeah, yeah,
Huh.
and it's really cool. I dig it. Um, but it's funny because it's like 12 or 15 episodes per season. And like we're so used to you know, 8 episode seasons, and I'm like, this is long.
Yeah,
you
very
know,
long. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, I'm watching my with my wife, because I have to find shows that she would like to watch,
of
so I
course.
have to watch that. So we watch what The Tracker, Fire Country, FBI. We go back to Bones here and there. Uh, can't say we've just been watching like old movies that we've seen before. Um, I know. I think November 21st, uh, Deadpool comes out on Disney Plus, so I get to watch that.
You haven't seen
Um,
the Deadpool?
I haven't had a chance to see it.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
oh,
I'm not paying. I'm paying the $30 it costs to stream it when it's coming. We pay for Disney
right,
Plus. It's gonna come on Disney Plus.
right.
Um, I mean, it doesn't change my life either way. I get to enjoy it because I haven't really like looked into it. I haven't followed clips and stuff. So, uh, anything else? There's an interesting movie I want to watch, and I'm thinking of paying the fee for it. It's called Crazy House.
Okay.
It's got the guy, uh, not Simon Pegg, but the other one, his buddy
Oh, the
from.
other one. that,
You
trust
know
me,
who I'm talking about, though.
that's how we all know him as. Oh, the other one.
The other guy, the chubby guy.
Yeah.
Uh, and I think Alicia Silverstone's in the movie. It's like a movie that's set as a sitcom, but then it like goes really dark, and it's like this horror movie where he's killing people in his home, and then that's like in front of a live studio audience. It's just yeah, it's called Crazy House. So I think I might watch that. I might force my wife to watch that today.
I don't know if we
Like I
talked.
need something for me.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about this. I did see Beetlejuice, or just Beetlejuice. I saw the
It's
second
just
one.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I saw that one.
There isn't a third one, so yeah.
There will be. Uh, I believe there will be. It was good. It was good. Um, for now, it was funny because you said you're watching some nostalgia movies, and
Yeah.
so on Halloween, I was like, oh, I need to watch something scary. I want to be frightened. And so I turned it on CNN, but then, um, but then, I started watching. They were showing the Scream, all the Screams back to back.
Off the streams. There's like 8 of them now, right? Or
Yeah,
6.
yeah, like six. And I saw the first one and the second one, and those, you know what? Those hold up still. And
The
man,
first one I think really holds up. I think the first one really holds up, you know.
yeah,
But you go ahead.
and then just to see the second one, and you're just like, oh my god, this person was in it. This person was in it. This person was in it. You're like, I'm old. That was the scariest part.
Yeah. Well, like they're gonna have to revamp the new Scream because the last movie, Ortega and that other girl, but they're both off now. They're not gonna be in the movie. So it's like now you have to rewrite the entire like how do you reboot when you lose the main characters?
Well,
You have to reboot again.
from what I hear, Nev Campbell is scheduled to come back. So, um,
They're paying the good money for that. They're gonna
oh
pay
yeah,
top dollar to bring her.
oh yeah. So even though Jenna Ortega and the other girl is not on there, I want to say it's Jordana Brewster. Maybe that's her.
No,
No,
that's not it.
but that other girl, yes, that other girl. But I mean, they can get away with then showing a Nev Campbell one and then bringing all those together, in a sequel later on, and it's kind of become the Avengers, in these long trilogies, because you start putting new people in, and then you're waiting for all of them to finally all come together. Much like the Avengers, Infinity War, Infinity Saga, and Endgame, and then all the Fast and Furious is sis, where you get all of them, and now they're all one big clan and doing stuff together. So, it's all a build up to essentially all that. That's what movies have become essentially, if they're good enough and they're long enough, and they have that longevity.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, we will see. Like I said, I watch. I haven't watched as much as I would like. Again, because I can't watch things the way I want to with my wife. I have to like sneak in my anime shows. Because she's like, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm like, all right, here, let's find a like every now and then. If I pick a movie for myself, I have to watch a rom com right after. I was like, all right, we'll put this on for you.
Any good rom
Like
coms?
yesterday. Well, I mean, there's just so many that it's just like they're not all gonna be good. It's all the same fucking story, especially all the Hallmark movies. Like every Hallmark movie is just the same fucking, you know. I mean, I need to find myself, and in finding myself, I need to go back to my old town. It's like if we went to Baldwin Park and then found the love of our life in Baldwin Park or La Puente. It's like it's not what I wanted to do.
It'd be funny.
I hit rock bottom.
It'd be funny if we just Avengered Hallmark, where we get all those characters, and it just happens to be in the same town, and then now those characters are now in that movie, but they're just in the background. You know what I mean? And I think that would be really
I can
kind of
say that.
cool. Like, they're all in the same universe, and you don't see them. in the movie per se, but they're in the background. Maybe they're having a romantic dinner, or maybe like they're they're doing something quirky that would have happened in their movie. Like getting into an argument or something like that. I think that would be something to look forward to.
All the couples are ice skating at the exact same time, and
Yes.
they're just like dodging each other.
Yeah, and
That'd be kind of funny.
it would.
That'd be that actually be kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie, because then you're like forced to watch the other one, going, where are they from? Let me see this one. Let me see their
Yeah,
story.
and it's just the same clip
That's your $1 million idea. That right there is your $1 million idea. You gotta get somebody from Hallmark.
right now.
Thing.
Well, I have to write them. I have to send them a letter. That's the only way they will respond. It is Hallmark.
Dear, dear Hallmark, send them a card. Send them a card.
Yeah. I'm like,
Your next $1 million movie idea.
exactly. Let's get all these guys. Yeah. Yeah. Um
That's
eh,
great.
yeah. And anything else, David? Anything else we need to discuss?
No, I think we're good. I think this is a nice little episode back after another long hiatus.
Yeah.
Glad that you're able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Glad to be able to you're the one, Mr. I'm busy and
Oh, no, no.
I have schedules and I'm out breeding cups and
That
lighting the
sounds so
cities.
bad.
You're at the limits of cities in Austin.
Yeah, in Austin. Hey, we have some time. I technically I don't have to, I'm long time before I'm back working, so we got time. But no, are we up for final cheers?
Uh, we are, but before we get to final cheers, guys, um, I gotta say this. Give us money. Let's just cut to the chase. People are always like, "Hey, when are you guys gonna do another show?" When you pay us, or if you paid us, we'd be more consistent. But we do this for
It
the
would be.
we do this honestly. You know, I don't even know why we do this anymore. I know we're gonna talk eventually, and we're like, well, we might as well record it. Um, but we could probably do this more if you guys threw us some
If
money.
there was an incentive,
Exactly. When there's no incentive, then it's like, well, whenever you're free, David, we'll do it.
yeah,
You know?
I gotta go make a living. I'm recording when we can.
Exactly. So make sure to just log on to Drinks to Words by and dare I say smash that donation button. And yeah, and donate. And
Not
since you're
super
there,
much.
we have a contact button. Contact us, send us an email, or if you're
You want to
on,
be part of the show?
yeah, you want to be a guest. We've had one guest this year, maybe two, no, just one. It was that band. Remember that rap?
Yeah.
Hopefully
It
they're
was two.
doing
It was 2 for 1. There were two of them, but there was one
exactly,
man.
exactly. So yeah, contact us or slide in the DM on our Instagram. And all of our information can be found at drinkswordsby.com. Also, we're gonna do final cheers. So, David, what are we cheersing
Oh,
to this?
cheers. Well, for me in the life that I'm living, cheers to advancements in dental work,
For sure.
to the dentist that I can take care of your teeth, and to all of you who haven't, please go see a dentist and or take care of your teeth because this shit ain't fun. But it is a great diet. So cheers to the dental work.
Definitely a cheers there. My cheers is this is a tough one. Because I lost two people this week. Unfortunately, I lost my godfather, my Tio Gonzalo, which I just found out that wasn't even his real name, but he'll always be Tio Gonzalo to me. So, so cheers to you, my Tio, my Nino, and also, unfortunately, to my brother-in-law who passed away as well. His name was Fred. He always admired our show. Um, he always wanted to be on, but it just never worked out for him. but he always asked about the show. He was always curious, and he always liked the idea of just people sitting in a bar, and just talking about life. And it was really sad to see him go, but he's no longer hurting. Fuck cancer. And so my cheers go out to my loved ones, and to my family, and cheers.
Cheers, man. Sorry.
And dare I say, let me add to Mango Cart for making this. I
Amazing non-alcoholic beer that I will be purchasing way more of.
exactly. I cannot stress how good this is. Really good. Um, so that's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Drinks to Words by David. Will you please do the fantastic duty of kicking everyone out?
Well, everybody, thanks for listening. Send money. Go home. Cheers. Bye.
Bye. We're out of here later.